Hello, everybody. It's Monika Dawidowicz from Wolf Summit, and today I'm talking to Arek Kuich, who's the president of Cannabis Partners Poland. Hello, Arek.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. It's very nice to have you here. But before we start, I would like to remind those of you who might have missed that information that Wolf Summit kicks off in only 2 days. So we're getting ready for the event. And for me, this is a warm-up activity because I will be hosting the event from the stage. And I'm really pleased to have Arek here because he is a partner of our event. So thank you once again, Arek, for your support. And well, I think you'll be the best person to tell more about you and your business. So could you kindly explain what is it that you're doing?
Yes, right here, being partner of Wolf Summit, I represent the Polish Network of Business Angels Association. I am president of this association, and we just have started the pmexchange.eu platform, and this is the platform and service that is a marketplace for private shares. This is the project that we are aiming at entrepreneurs, investors, and shareholders. And PM Exchange is going to be the place where all those groups can meet and exchange shares. I must stress that they are going to be private shares in limited partnerships or limited liability in Polish spółka z o.o. Because we are not a broker, we cannot deal with securities. But our idea is to present offers of the companies, startups, and all the companies that are at the pre-IPO stage of the living, and shareholders who would like to sell their shares, investors who are looking for exit or maybe looking for next round of financing, and of course, maybe the most important, entrepreneurs who run their companies and are looking for money.
Okay, and what is the best way to reach out to you? Like, who can actually contact you, and who exactly are you looking for?
We would like to make the most popular in Europe. I hope one day we will be running this platform. So all of mentioned before, entrepreneurs, investors, and shareholders are welcome to enter the website to set up a free account and look through the offers, or every of them can also put their own offer. It works the following, that after receiving the suggestion of a new offer, we review every of the offer. We check whether it is credible offer, whether the people who stay behind are real and the project is real. That's why we always ask for supporting the offer with documents like registration documents. So every person interested in this project can check what is the company, where it is registered, and this is not the end of the service, because everyone can get directly in touch, but in most cases it works like on very popular platforms, for example in the US, like SharesPost or Forge, that the advisors can help get to the sellers, to the startups, to the investors. And this is also what we can do with our partners who support all the sides in the potential transaction, with documentation, with due diligence, with contacting, checking whether the offer is still valid. Moreover, in some cases, we are also able just to get the request from investor, for example, that he's looking for some very interesting deal in hemp or cannabis industry, and we are able to look for the project in Poland or in Europe.
And like your description on LinkedIn also says that you're a host and speaker at many events. So maybe you could elaborate on that a little bit more. And what were like the recent events that you've spoken at, and what were the main themes?
I was hosted by Wolf Summit. I was a few years ago also speaker, a panelist. And maybe a short story about my taking place in the Cannabis event that for the first time was to be taken March last year. Due to COVID, it was postponed. For the second time, it was to be held in June. Then it was to be held again late last year. And now we still are not sure when will be this event. So it is a very long event taking for more than 1 year right now.
Okay, but maybe online is the way to go.
Yes, but they were still thinking about some hybrid event. So there was the idea to invite not more than 150 people and to attract the rest of people online. And probably finally, due to still lockdown all around Europe, it will finally take place online only. So the event will take place just like you can tell about your Wolf Summit. You will almost sure to have live event, but you finally have decided to change it to online only.
Okay, we're back online. There was some connection
Yes.
problem. This is what happens in the online world. I think on traditional events, it's easier in this area that, there will be no connectivity problem, but this is the online world, so it's a bit different. Yeah, we were lucky enough last year that we could organize a hybrid event, but that was like this literally 1 week when the restrictions loosened up and we could invite some people over. So yeah, obviously it's a completely different experience when you can invite some guests, and a completely different experience if it's purely online. But I keep my fingers crossed for the event, as this is a growth market, and I think the events, the conferences are needed in this area. And can you maybe tell us a little bit more about the outline of the event and the agenda? What was the plan for that?
I'm not sure what is your question. If you could please.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Of course. Way. Because you told me about the Cannabis Summit. Yeah. The conference. So could you tell something more about the event itself? Like what is the general idea? Is it like a B2B conference or like a
you
networking?
Asked about Cannabis conference.
Yeah.
Okay. It is rather B2B, yes, and it was to be held in Poland, but there is another one to be held in June in Frankfurt, and it is the place that I am also going to be a speaker, but I'm not sure if I will be able to leave Poland and come back to Poland. I got no vaccine by the moment. The situation is changing very quickly, but maybe what is interesting about the cannabis business is that it is brand new business. It appeared on the market in Poland just a few years ago. We still cannot produce THC products in Poland, but we can sell them. So the legal situation is very strange and difficult. Probably I could say about it for a long time, but
okay, but we have all the time in the world, and since this is a very untapped area, there will be a lot of people interested in that. So if you can tell us something more, that would be great. About the let's say complicated situation. So what are the most complicated things in that?
In cannabis business, you mean? the most complicated situation is about the issue that there is so-called CBD, popular all around the world and more popular in Poland. This is part of the cannabis plant, but it is very interesting that it cannot be legally sold. For example, in Poland, it cannot be treated as kind of dietary supplement. It should be registered in a special way, but it is not possible at all. But maybe let me move a little back to our main subject today. I also advise the two cannabis companies, the only two listed on Warsaw Stock Exchange. One is Cannabis Poland, and the second is Hemp and Health. And this gives me the chance to tell you that I was the CEO of a venture capital for 10 years in Poland. We have been investing in startups, and we have listed 10 companies on the Warsaw Stock Exchange, New Connect Market. And this is also very interesting because people that are within our network, the Polish Network of Business Angels Association, are connected also with New Connect. There are managers of private companies and also former managers of publicly listed companies. So as long as it is one of the ways of exit for all the investors, and also very interesting move for next round of development of the company and rising next round of financing, cooperating with us and placing the offer on PM Exchange is very good start to get in touch with our investors. It's very good start to attract them, to take their attention. And it happens right now. We've got 3 projects that are on the way to New Connect. And this is something that people from our network can do and know how to do it in a very good way.
Okay, that sounds great. And to all of those who are listening to us, Arek will have a virtual expo booth during Wolf Summit, so you can go straight there when you attend the event. And just a quick reminder, it's in only 2 days, and get more information and get in touch, which I think is a great opportunity for both investors and startups. And maybe one last question to you. Like, why did you think that attending Wolf Summit could be a good idea for you? What do you expect from the event?
I would like to attract as much as possible startups to our exchange, private market exchange. And I would like to help them raising capital. But also I know what's the situation of shareholders who sometimes need to sell their shares. So this kind of marketplace is something that I lacked for a long time. This is not a brand new idea. As I mentioned before, it is something that is already appearing in the US. You can buy their companies like Ant Financials, like SpaceX, like WeWork. So this is the place where the companies, huge companies, are listed. So I hope that on our platform we will also have companies, maybe at the very early stage, but also Series A or Bs, but still waiting for IPO, so with private shares. And this is something that I'm sure we will be able to help all of the 3 parties interested in startups.
Yeah, so that sounds really interesting, and I hope all of you watching us, and especially those 1,000 startups who will be participating, just note it down on your memory bank and reach out to Arek during the event, either via our matchmaking tool or in the booth, because I think that there are so many opportunities there, and both parties will benefit from that.
If I may add one important issue that maybe we didn't mention, that although our network and our project is located in Warsaw, Poland, it is aimed at all the startups, at least all the startups that are operating in Europe. And of course, it's always legal issues. We are always interested in attracting Poland to startups. But yes, please welcome to every investor from at least around the whole Europe, every entrepreneur and every shareholder from the European Union.
Okay, I think like this is a very important information. So thank you very much for a short introduction of what you do and going off top a little bit. Yeah, and see you at the event. And to all of you out there listening to us, maybe now, maybe a bit later, we hope to see you in just 2 days. And remember about the matchmaking tool. You can book meetings with Arek and other entrepreneurs, other advisors, investors, corporations, and startup. So happy networking and see you in 2 days. Thank you very much, Arek.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Bye.
Goodbye.